And I'm Grace.
And this is Liv and Grace Read Books.
Today we are doing the Goodreads Tag.
It's very good. We haven't been tagged by anyone, so
we're just doing it because we're good read freaks. And why not? Question number 1. What was the last book that you added as read on Goodreads?
Homecoming by Cass Morgan. It was the third in the 100 trilogy. Didn't like it that much. Gave it 3 stars. But it's okay. I finished the trilogy, so that's all good.
The last book that I added as read was Six of Crows by Liv Grace. This is one of my favorite books of the year. It was so amazing. It's very beautiful.
So pretty.
It's got black pages. Very sinister. Yeah, 5 stars.
She wrote a review.
My review can be found on Goodreads. We will link it below. The only downside of this book is that it was just released, so now we have to wait like another year for the sequel, which I am very bummed about.
Question number 2. What are you currently reading?
The books that I'm currently reading at the moment are Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I'm about a third of the way in and I am struggling a little bit. It is a bit of a slow start. So to break it up a bit, I started Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. It's taken me so long to read this series and I finished the first book a couple of weeks ago, so I have been really eager to start this.
I am currently reading All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. I am, oh gosh, like a quarter of the way in, not that far at all. It's a pretty hefty book and it's going to take a while, I think, but that's okay. I want to finish it by the end of this month so I can keep going with my Goodreads challenge.
Number 3, what was the last book you marked as to read?
The last book I marked as to read was 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. I don't know how long it's been out for, but I know the sequel was just released and I'm looking forward to reading it because it looks good and it's a different kind of story, like time travel and stuff.
The last book I marked as to read is Obsidian, which is, I believe, the first in the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I've heard lots of good things about it and I've seen lots of people have marked it as to read lately, and after hearing some reviews it sounds really good and it is a series that I haven't gotten to yet, which is very popular.
Question number 4. What book do you plan to read next?
The next book on my to read list is Wildwood by Colin Malloy. It also has illustrations by Carson Ellis. This is the first book in the Wildwood Chronicles. I'm not even sure what it's about and I did pick this up a few months ago. It is very, very cute. It has lots of little,
It's cute.
Lots of little pictures and it just looks very interesting and I have heard quite a bit of hype about it. It is on my TBR list for November, but in saying that, after Crown of Midnight I do really want to move on to Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. Just the fact that this is one of my favourite series so far and I'm not even finished yet.
The book I plan on reading next is Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick. I have to read it for literature, which is a subject I'm taking next year. I'm looking forward to reading it because apparently it's a pretty easy read. And then after that, I'm planning to read Throne of Glass.
Number 5, do you use the Goodreads star rating system?
I do, and I'm not very good at it. At the start of the year when I was like new to Goodreads, I would mark everything as 5 stars even if it wasn't. And so I went through again to mark them as lower and then it came up as all my updates, so everyone was like, what?
I do use the star rating system. I think it's a very good idea way of showing people what you rate books and giving recommendations. I do believe that Goodreads needs to get their half stars into check and bring them into our world because it's just so many books that aren't worth 5 but aren't like a 4. Like, we just need half. 4.5 is a great number. I do give a lot of 5 stars. I am a positive person. I do like giving high star ratings because I think if I was an author, I would want people to give my books high ratings as well. So I do have a lot of 5 stars and 4 stars and there's I think 30 in my favourite shelf, so.
Question number 6. Are you doing a 2015 Goodreads challenge?
I did participate in the Goodreads challenge. I pledged 50 books this year and I've already read that 50. I'm up to 54. And saying that next year I'll probably go for 60, maybe 65.
Yes, I did have a 2015 Goodreads challenge. I pledged 60 books. I'm on 54. Oh no.
Number 7, do you have any wish lists?
I do.
Everyone has a
I
wish
do
list.
have a wish list. I actually started a few weeks ago on a book depository, so I don't have one on Goodreads, unfortunately, because book depository I can send the link to my family and be like, here, this is what I want for Christmas and birthday.
I have a wish list on Book Depository, on Fish Pond, and I also have my own little personal list on my computer that is getting very long. In hopes for Christmas, I also have a wish list on abetterworldofbooks.com. I'm not actually sure if that's what it's called, we'll link it below. But basically it's like a site where you can donate your old books and buy secondhand books for very, very cheap prices, and you can get new ones as well. So that's a very good site. Highly recommend checking it out.
If you do buy a book, they donate a book to someone in need of
Yes.
a book, or like to a library. So if you buy a certain book, then it'll be like you're supporting this library. So yeah. Question number 8. What book do you plan to buy next?
I plan to buy Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas. Hopefully I'll read Air of Fire this month. I'll be moving straight into Queen of Shadows. Highly anticipating number 5 next year. Please hurry up and come out.
So the next book I plan to buy is Six of Crows by Liv Grace reviewed it and gave it 5 stars, and I trust Grace's judgment. So I think I'm going to read that next, or buy it next, because I'm very intrigued to see how that is.
Number 9. Do you have a favourite quote?
You're a wizard, Harry. So I kind of didn't have any, and then I found this on Goodreads, and it is from The Goblet of Fire, and it is, we are only as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided. How cool is that? I really like that.
I'm pretty sure that's in like the Sorting Hat song. One of my favourite quotes, I do have a lot, you can see that on my Goodreads if you go onto my page. But one of my favourites at the moment is by Natalie Babbitt in the book Tuck Everlasting, and it goes, "Don't be afraid of death, be afraid of an unlived life. You don't have to live forever, you just have to live." Which is, it's relatable, like everyone's afraid of dying.
Question number 10. Who are your favourite authors?
I have so many favourite authors and favourite books, but I've narrowed it down to 3. J.K. Rowling, Rainbow Rowell and Sarah J Maas are my 3 favourite authors. All women, by the way, because women are good.
I have J.K. Rowling, Rainbow Rowell, Patrick Ness and Jandy Nelson.
Number 11. Have you joined any groups?
I sure have. I joined only one actually, the Perustopia book club with Reagan and Sasha. They seem really cool. Haven't actually picked up any of the books that they've set for reading on there, but I will eventually.
I am the same. That is the only group that I'm part of as well. I just find that it's a really great way to make friends and listen to other people's opinions. Lots of the threads on there are from members. You don't really hear much from Reagan and Sasha, but you do hear lots from the members, and it's really interesting to see what everyone else thinks.
Nice.
And how we communicate together. So it's really nice to see everyone contributing to this wider community. Everyone is there because they like reading. I highly recommend joining a book club or a group on Goodreads if you have not already. And if you have any that you'd like to recommend, please do, as we are only part of one.
Question number 12. How many shelves do you have on Goodreads?
I have 7 Goodreads shelves. Lots of people only keep the 3 that you get when you join, but I just like being organised and putting my books into shelves that I just see fit. They are the red, to read and currently reading. Then I added my own, which is a 2015 shelf. I have a favourite shelf. I have a reread shelf, and I do have a reviewed shelf. So they all go nicely in their little categories and I can find them easily.
I haven't added any extra shelves. I did have a favourites shelf, but that was when I had Goodreads when I first got it when I was like 12, and I didn't know how to use it, and I just put every book I read in favourites, so I deleted that because it wasn't good. So yeah, I've just got my to read, my currently reading and my read shelf. That is all we have for the Goodreads tag.
As for tagging in this video, we encourage everyone to do it. It is very fun, especially if you are a big lover of Goodreads just like us. We will leave the original creator of the tag in the link below.
And also the tag questions. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye!